Today we are talking all about logic of English and why it's working so well for us this year. Just to give you a little bit of background on how we arrived at this curriculum, last year was my first year homeschooling both my older children, and my oldest daughter had come out of kindergarten from my public school, and so the curriculum I chose I thought would transition her well. So we used Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. I have a video about that if you're interested to see how that went for us. And then we also incorporated Harcourt trophies, which honestly I still love. I do love the books and the resources that came with that curriculum. The stories were fantastic, but I was finding myself having to do a lot of work when it comes to providing extra activities for my daughter. My daughter is a very hands-on and kinesthetic learner. She likes to move, she likes to play games, and she definitely loves to use her hands to help her understand concepts. So those curricula worked in some ways, but it really did not connect with her as well as I would have hoped. So I was on the lookout for a curriculum that was going to provide my child with that hands-on experience that I know she needed. And one of my viewers suggested that I check out Logic of English. After doing a lot of research and watching a couple of videos that I thought were helpful, which I will link below, I came to the conclusion that I wanted to try this. I wanted to try this out with my daughter to see if this would be a good fit for her. Ahead of purchasing this curriculum, I set some goals with my daughter in terms of reading so that when we got this curriculum, we knew what we were working towards. So our overarching goal was that she would become more confident in herself to read independently and with me or others. Because I was purchasing this curriculum for the first time, I purchased it as a set, and it came with all types of different manipulatives for us to use for each lesson. And that's thing number one that I absolutely love about this curriculum. So we have phonogram game cards that we can use to practice our sounds, and she absolutely loves this. And then second, it comes with these phonogram game tiles, which in all honesty, I was actually making something very similar to this for my daughter to practice with. So I'm so glad that it came with this. Then we have these phonogram cards that you use during the lesson to introduce different phonogram sounds to your child. This is called Whistling Whales, and it's a book that has all of the different phonogram sounds. So this is, again, another layer of what will accompany each lesson as we go through and introduce the sounds. And then we have these awesome tactile handwriting cards to help the child learn how to write either in manuscript or cursive handwriting. So we chose to go with the cursive workbook. Now, to give you a little bit of background, she did use Handwriting Without Tears as her first primary introduction to really solidifying a lot of her handwriting skills. So this was a treat to start, doing cursive handwriting because she already has a good foundation with her manuscript writing. The second reason why we love this curriculum is for the readers. The readers are fantastic. They have a set that is written and illustrated by professionals. And then we have the Young Artist Series readers, which are again written by professionals but illustrated by high school students. And my daughter, when I told her that, was so much more fascinated with the stories because she realized that it was younger people who were illustrating them. Reason number 3 why we love this curriculum so much is for all of the activities that are rolled up into the curriculum. My daughter loves the curriculum for this reason. She, again, is someone who really loves those hands-on activities. She loves to play, and there are all types of multi-sensory activities in here. So, using her whole body, her eyes, her ears, all of her senses to practice reading. Another reason why we are loving this curriculum is it uses systematic phonics to teach reading. Systematic phonics is a detail-oriented approach to learning phonics where the child not only understands and learns the nuances of sounds, so beginning, middle, and end sounds, syllables, rhymes, and those types of things, but they also learn all of the nitty-gritty details like uppercase, lowercase, vowels, short and long, schwas, different types of nuances of sounds and rules that accompany why we make certain sounds when we do in a given word. Honestly, it is working so well for us. My child is the type of child that needs to understand why we are pronouncing the O as oo in this word and why it's O or ah in another word. So this approach to phonics has really helped her gain a wider and deeper grasp on reading where she wasn't getting that before. Reason number 4 why I personally love this curriculum is because it gives you assessments to do with your child. Now I know that sounds scary, right? Like if I were telling this to myself 6 months ago that I would be doing assessments with my child in reading, I would have laughed at myself. I would have thought I was ridiculous, right? But let me tell you, these assessments are gentle assessments just to see where your child is at. And if your child needs a little bit extra help, they provide a whole list of things that you can do that are embedded within the curriculum that you can refer back to and help your child to practice and refine those skills that they need a little extra attention with. These assessments have been such good markers for how my daughter is progressing. It's not a stressful situation for her at all. We are very slow when it comes to doing these assessments, and quite frankly, she really does enjoy them because they're not daunting for her, and she doesn't feel intimidated by them. Another reason why I personally love this curriculum is that it is scripted. I don't always follow the script every single time. Sometimes I go freeform, but when it comes to those specific concepts that I know she's gonna need each of those steps for, it is so helpful to have a written list of things that we're going to go through and that I can ask her and say to her so that she has a firm grasp on whatever it is that she's learning. Another reason why my daughter and I love this curriculum is for the student workbook. I think it is so fun. She absolutely loves all of the vibrant and fun pictures that go along with some of the learning activities, and it also has some activities that are more like an interactive notebook where you have to open flaps and things like that to read. And again, for a child who is very hands-on, this is a fantastic resource for her to practice all of the concepts she's learning. Final reason why I am loving this curriculum is we are seeing so much growth in my daughter so far. We are only about 10 lessons in, and I can tell you that I have never seen my daughter more confident in herself when it comes to reading and more willing to read on her own. I don't have to force her to do it, and it's something that she is truly starting to enjoy. Does she still need a lot of work with it? Absolutely. Do we still struggle sometimes? Definitely. But it has totally transformed her mindset about reading, which is what I truly wanted to accomplish with her. So I feel like in a lot of ways, we have started to reach the goal that we have set for her this year, and I couldn't be happier about that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this video has given you not only a window into the reasons why we're loving this curriculum, but also some insights into the curriculum itself and perhaps how it might work for you. Take care, be blessed, and I'll see you in the next one.